Welcome to Gray Areas for November 12th, 2024, episode 647, almost to 650, which is almost to 700, which is almost to 1,000.
That's too far. That's too many layers. I don't like that many layers on my cake. So that's too many layers, I think.
How many layers do you like on your cake?
0. Cake's terrible.
1.
What?
Well,
what do you mean?
I mean, well, do you count the cake and frosting as one layer?
You're the one who brought up the layers. I don't know. You tell me.
I usually maybe 2 layers, probably a cake frosting.
What about ice cream cake? And you got a layer of ice cream.
1.
I could handle that.
All right.
1 layer of cake.
That's
one
just
layer of
ice cream.
Well, you could have some cake on the bottom,
but
it's better with no cake. Yeah, it's better with just ice cream.
What about pie? How do you feel about pie?
Yeah, pies are much better than cakes.
Okay, I do like pies more than cakes.
Oh, Maisie, you're so mature.
Thank you for that.
Deep analysis.
Sterling input.
Cake is hilarious.
Cake is a good band too.
Now,
Cake is a good band too.
Despite the competition nature of this, you can join us in the chat. I will be monitoring that along with everything else that's going on for this one. But we're running back something we did about a month ago because, well, we talked about the election beforehand, then took a week off for it, and I don't really want to talk about it after the fact. Not really because of the results, just because I'm burned out in general. I don't want to think about the election, regardless of what had happened, for some time now. So instead, we're going to kind of cleanse the palate, and I think this went really, really well last time. I'm proud of all 3 of our contestants. The segment went as well as I could have hoped, so it's time to continue the competition. Last time, we took the Western Conference and tried to have our contestants guess a single season of the best points they could find and added them up and had a very close race until the end. And this time we're going to do the same thing with the Eastern Conference, which is a little bit of a weakness for all 4 of us comparatively because the teams that we've rooted for have been in the West.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the one nice thing is the playing field is sort of equally worse, or at least kind of worse for everybody. So we'll switch to the new overlay for it. And I will remind people who maybe didn't watch last time that essentially this is what I said. You're going to have each person take turns in a draft-type style with sneaking back and forth. Pick a player and a season. They need to have been on an Eastern Conference team in that season for the points to qualify, and they get however many points that player scored in that season. If you take Wilt Chamberlain from 1966, who was not in the Eastern Conference, that wouldn't be very good, but you'd get however many points he scored in 1966. And this is post-ABA merger, which means we're not starting it until basically the mid-'70s. So you can't go back and take Wilt or some of the other freaks of the pre-merger time when the game was very different and the talent was very stacked.
Wait, my point scoring counts from last time?
Yeah, about that. So I thought since was close last time, this is going to be a separate one, so you can win the Eastern Conference one, but we're also going to see what the total is between the 2.
Got it.
Do you, what year was the merger?
76, right?
76?
75. I think 76 is the first qualifying season, if I remember correctly. I'll double check.
That will matter for... I'll explain the one that it matters for me.
And we are keeping people like Shaq, who were used before, off.
No, you can pick whomever.
You're running it back. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said his name. Now we're going to know.
Once a player is taken, then they can no longer be taken. So whatever season you pick of whatever player, that takes them off the board for yourself and everybody else.
I just wasn't sure because you had referenced how much they had scored. Some of them had scored when they were in the Eastern Conference at times, like AI when I picked him for the Nuggets. So I wasn't sure if you... I mean, it's been a month, so it doesn't really matter.
I was also vague on it at the time. I think I fucked up only once and actually mentioned an exact season from somebody in the East.
Got it. Okay.
But like, it wouldn't surprise you. A couple of people I talked about in the last video, and you're not going to be like shocks to you, and you go, "Oh, they played in the East." Like you know they played in the East.
Fair.
The merger was basically before the 76 season, so yeah, 76 is the first season that is legal.
I think I keep referring to it as 76 because that's when the merger happened. It's why I keep saying that.
The bicentennial. And Wilt had retired by then. That's why I keep using him as an example, because he retired in 74, I believe.
Quitter.
And he broke everything.
Yeah, he kind of did. So how we're going to do this is in reverse order. Since this does count from an overall sense, I'm going to give the person who finished 3rd last time, Cody, the choice of where he would like to pick in the snake draft. 1, 6, 2, 5, or 3, 4. Sean will have the second choice once Cody picks. Dave is going to be stuck with wherever they put him.
And the problem is, if I don't pick first, I give up a massive number, just right off the bat.
Well, not necessarily, right? Because we have to still get the year. It's not enough to say the name.
I feel like all of us, maybe I'm probably the least likely to know it for sure. But I feel like all of us have a very good sense of what year it is the number I'm trying to talk about.
Hard one to use for me.
I sort of want to let the silence linger just so that
I'll go second.
It's too long.
Compelling radio. Cody would like the middle pick.
Yep.
Dave doesn't like silence.
I know.
Sean, do you want the first or the first wraparound on 3-4?
I think now that Cody chose second, I would actually like to go first.
Okay. So it'll be Sean first, then Cody, then Dave, and then we'll wrap backwards and go that order until everybody's made 8 selections. As a reminder, you do need to take at least one person from each position. The qualifiers are not super stringent, but you can't put Steve Nash at center. Not allowed to do that. Did not play center. But, in general, you have 2 guards, 2 forwards, a center, and 3 wild cards. As you saw last time, it's really not that hard to fill it out. But there is some value in position flexibility, and also just in maybe going, if you have a bunch of guards on your board, maybe you take a forward earlier because you're more worried about those or whatever. So keep that in mind. And we will jump in, since I've been vamping for a bit, with Sean with the first pick.
Well, to Cody's point, there's only one pick, and you have to make it as the first pick because you want to try to get
You're
points,
stupid
and
if
you
you
also
don't.
have to take him off the board.
Yep.
So I am going to go Michael Jordan. Now,
really?
He is the 1-1 of this draft. That's why I didn't say anything about who was going to pick when, but
now he's tricky, and you probably can't go wrong mostly with Jordan.
I mean, there's one very wrong season. 2, actually.
I mean, 2 if you want to go really far forward.
Now, Jordan, so here's what's interesting. He comes in the league, and he's a hot shot. But my concern is he's very good on a team that sucks. Does that mean that he's scoring a lot, or he's just comparatively the best on the team? Or do I go for more of a sure thing later, but we needed more help, and that could have brought his scoring down? So that's my debate right now.
And this is why I didn't pick first, because I wasn't confident that I would know
Yeah.
for sure, and I wanted to make you have to do it or Dave have to do it.
Now,
Although I'm pretty sure Dave knows it.
Well, I don't know if he knows
Maybe.
the best year, but I think Dave is
I have
probably
a
going to
guess.
know. I think Dave and I are in a similar boat, at least. I am going to say that of the 3 title years when he was really locked in the beginning, I'm going to go for the one where I could argue he was the hungriest, and I'm going to say 91.
Wrong. I know for a
87
fact
is
that
my
the best season is not a 90
Oh,
year.
well,
It was,
not
80, it
necessarily.
was 87.
Is it 87?
Was that his first year?
No, it's like
No.
his 3rd or
No.
4th year.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan.
86 was
He
his year.
missed most of his second. Is it his second year he got hurt?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
one of the traps here.
That's
Obviously,
also
we
what I
have
wanted to avoid.
we have baseball season. We have obviously,
Yeah.
After the three-peat going to Washington, you would never pick his Washington years. He does only play 18 games in 1986.
That's why I bailed, because I know I was going to try and go for the best year, but I also know that I believe the best year is before or after him missing most of a year. So I was fucking terrified.
Let me explain the strategy really quick. I wanted to play it safe.
Okay.
And that's why I went with the years I know more about, but he could have Scotty taking away his points. or
I would have
whatever.
gone
But
with
if you-
87 or 88 was my guess. And so Dave's saying 87
80
is right.
87 because 86 was the year he broke his foot
Okay.
and then played the Celtics in the playoffs and scored that 63 points.
Oh,
He
yeah.
came back next year super hungry. That'd be my guess.
Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 11 times,
Cool.
including his rookie season.
It's insane.
So if there's ever any doubt about why he's revered as one of the GOATs, we're not going into that again. That's part of the reason why. His scoring with the three-peat is not as good as his scoring in the late 80s. But it's hard to go
That's
wrong with a Michael Jordan season. In 1991, Michael Jordan scores 2,580 points.
Wow.
pretty good.
That's not bad at all based on how we were.
Well, it's not 3,000, which is his all-time leading
I-
season.
well, I
That
didn't know-
is the 5th best season of his career. 87 is a 3-dot,
Yeah.
3,041. 88 is 2868.
Fuck, I
89 is
should've just
2633. And 90 is 2753. Now, that is the best of the three-peat seasons, and it's the best of either set of three-peat seasons.
So
And
your
again, it's
logic
not a-
holds up.
It's not
Yeah.
a bad number. It's a
I'd
worthy
rather go
1-1.
safe, especially if safe still gets me almost 2,600 points.
Right,
Like,
because if
it's-
you are off by a year on the 3,000-point season, you get 408,
yeah,
Which is what I was fucking terrified of.
which is an absolute disaster in the 1-1. So you can't have that happen. But it is also 400 points shy of his absolute best. And if I'm remembering correctly, I mean, I used to have the seasons up. I took out all the pre-merger ones, and I don't have that list available this time. But that is the 3rd highest of any season all time, the 87 season, and it would have been the number 1 since the merger. It is the only eligible 3,000 point season.
Your favorite.
Cody, you have taken the middle pick.
I have. And I don't know what to do. I don't know strategize very well on this.
Shame on failure, but I just got 2,600 points.
I wasn't saying you were a failure. I'm just saying, like,
pretty good.
it's 2,580. You know, it's not 2,600. Just stop rounding up. Doesn't count.
I mean, yeah.
It's 2,600, which is basically 3,000.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I should go with somebody, but I'm not going to go with them because, again, I actually don't know. I mean, I could throw a random year out and it would probably be fine, but I have a different strategy, which is no strategy. I'm going to go with Patrick Ewing because I want to center right off the bat.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, now that I know another center does count, whatever, but I want to go with Ewing. No, there's 3 years, similar to Sean's logic. I believe the best 3 are the first 3 years of the 90s. I don't know which one's which. I don't even know if they're that far off. So I'm going to go with the middle one. So that would be 90. We're doing the later year, so it's 91.
Yeah. So if you were asking for the 1990-1991 season, you want 1991.
Yeah, 1991, Patrick Ewing.
I would have said 98, and I think you're probably right. I would just have said 98 because 99 he goes to the finals.
Yeah.
But that's a bad year to say, so I would have gone then 98.
It's just like Jordan. His scoring is when his team is not as good early in his career.
Fair.
And he is having to do a shit ton of work. It's, again, I think this number is probably like 2,100 or something like that, but I just wanted to lock down a center right off as soon as I could.
Patrick Ewing in 1991, he never leads the league in scoring in his career, but he is shockingly dependable. He plays at least 76 games in every season between 1988 and 1997, which we'll talk about in a moment. It's the second highest output of his career. It's 2,154 points.
Good pick.
His highest is the season before 1990. He had 2,347. In 1998, he got hurt, played 26 games, and scored 540 points.
We're starting to see that, if you get over 2,000, that's a
That's
solid
good.
pick.
Good. Yep, that really is good, especially in the East, where I think we're going to have some weaker results. He's only got 2,000 plus seasons in his career, and you hit one of them, so that's a very good pick for number 2.
Which was the best one you said? Was it 90?
The year before, 1990. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple hundred more.
What was? Do you have 94 in front of you? That's what I was going to draft if he didn't.
94 was 1939, the 5th highest of his career.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, whatever. 200 points. Okay. So I get 2 picks, right?
Back-to-back picks for Dave.
All right.
It's always fun.
Gosh, this is gonna be tough because I really start to lose steam after Michael Jordan in the East. I just don't know the East as well, so this is gonna be not as good of a scoring round. But I'm gonna go. LeBron's last year in Cleveland, I think he kind of had to carry the load of everything because Kyrie was gone, Matthew Dellavedova was gone. Clearly, he was third on that team.
Yeah, just a scoring powerhouse.
I know, exactly. So he just had to carry the load completely. So I'm going to go LeBron James 2018, I believe was his last year there. So LeBron James 2018.
I would have gone LeBron just to throw it out there,
pre-Miami.
Yeah,
I would have done the same thing. I was thinking late 2000s
because they were fucking busted back then. He had no help,
but he was. I know he was at his apex in those years. He was so good.
I probably would have said 8,
9 maybe
or 09, but I would have said 8.
And I was going to do 7.
Okay,
I was going to guess 7. So
we can all weigh in on LeBron because he's
everybody knows
LeBron.
You can't go wrong with this pick, right?
Yeah.
So Jordan has the higher peaks. Obviously, he's a better scorer than LeBron is. We can argue about who's better all day, but Jordan was a better scorer than LeBron. There's no question about that. LeBron could be if he chose to be. Shut the fuck up. I don't care.
He's the ultimate league scorer.
LeBron James in the Eastern Conference had 15 seasons, scored the fewest of any season in his rookie year, which was still 1,654. He has only led the league in scoring once. And it is in 2018. He has 2,251 points. I'm going to put him at forward, but what the fuck ever. We'll figure it out later. Even though he led the league in scoring that season, that is not the highest scoring output of his career.
What was 2008?
Wow.
That is the 5th highest scoring output of his career. 2008 was 2,250, so just one off.
Oh, wow.
Cody was year before, I think, 07?
Yep.
2132. His high for his career was 2006 in Cleveland. He had 2478.
It was 06, really?
Yep. He's also got a 2,300 in Cleveland that first stretch, 2 2250s in Cleveland, has a 2089 for Miami in 14.
What was he in 05? Because that's when he went to the finals.
2175. So he's
Okay.
got
07.
he has
07.
9 2000 plus scoring seasons, but he only has one over 2304, and that's 2006.
Who did the Spurs play in the finals in 05?
The Pistons.
Oh.
Yeah, those games that had like the 79 to 75 finals.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which this is why this is so hard for me. Okay, second pick. I will also go center, I believe, to make sure that I get that position covered. And I'm going to take a little bit of a stretch. Bill Walton, 1979, MVP season, I believe. Won the finals that year.
Your Bill Walton impression.
I think this is going to be the greatest pick in the history of this entire draft.
Pretty good.
You have
That's pretty
1979?
good. That's pretty good.
Yes.
I also have no clue. I'm not even going to venture a guess on Bill Walton.
Nor am I.
Because I have no clue.
I have no clue.
I should have saved this pick then.
Because this is the continuation of the first draft, I'm allowing one mulligan again. And the
Oh,
reason I'm
God
bringing
damn
that
it.
rule up now is because in 1979, Bill Walton does not play. He is out the whole year with an injury.
It was like does not play. End of sentence. There is no half the season. Okay.
No, in fact, he only plays 14 games in 1979, 80, 81, and 82 combined. He misses 3 of those 4 seasons with injuries.
So
Now-
not only does Dave kind of waste maybe a pick because we weren't going to
No.
go Walton, but he also is blowing his mulligan.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't
Wow,
have
I
to blow
really
his mulligan.
thought
He
you
can
were-
take a 0, but I'm going to give him the opportunity.
No.
You can either pick a different
right.
season, and I just kind of gave you some hints there, but even then,
Yep.
it's a landmine
Okay.
with Bill Walton.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought I had it. I threaded that needle. I did not. Okay, I'm going to switch up completely then.
You still got to
Um,
go with the person. You can't just
I
change
still have to go with Walton?
Yeah, of course.
You guys didn't
my-
make me do that.
78.
Last time, Cody picked a non-Tim Duncan season when he wasn't even in the league, and he had to pick a different player. I think if I went back to the very beginning of that episode, I think you had the choice of different player or different season. But
I
only the
thought so,
once,
too.
because once you use that mulligan,
Yeah, I know.
gone.
Okay. Well, if I don't have to pick the same player, I will go Vince Carter 1998.
Damn it.
Bill Walton's career high in scoring was 1,210.
Oh,
That's not in his MVP season. In his MVP season in 78, he has 1,097. So,
Wow, okay.
probably better to pivot, but it is going to cost you your mulligan in the process. But then again, it's better
That's
than a
fine.
0. You literally can't do any worse.
Yes.
Which year for Vince again? Sorry.
98.
Well, Vince Carter's not in the league in 1998.
Oh my God, he got drafted in 97. I thought.
His first season with the Raptors is 1998-99.
so just say 99. Just say 99.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I have blown this.
This is a tough start.
Yes, it is.
1999 is the strike season.
I knew
So it's
that.
better than a 0. However, in 1999, Vince Carter, who I guess I'll put at guard, could be a forward, whatever, only scores 913 points. That pick would have been mulligan eligible for being under 1,000,
Yes.
but
But I blew it twice.
now that's probably not going to be the
Right.
only triple-digit scoring number we see in all this because the East is a point of weakness for us. But that's a tough round.
Can I throw out the year I think he should have picked?
Sure.
2001.
He was Rookie of the Year that year in 99, by the way. 2001 is one of his 3 2,000-plus seasons. He has 2070 in 2001. His highest is 2,000 on a dot. He has 2107.
Well, that's okay. It's better than 0.
It's fine.
It's 913 actually points at better than 0.
That's right.
In fact.
All right, Sean, back to you.
Isn't it my turn?
No, it should be
Oh,
Cody,
yeah, Cody,
and then
yeah,
I go
sorry.
twice, which I'm
Yes,
very
then
excited
Cody's
for.
twice. Or then Sean's twice.
So
I can't
to
talk.
continue being a dick, I'm going to draft another center. And it's
I
Joel
don't know.
Embiid from 2023.
You're trying to lock me out?
I'm trying to lock you both out. You both don't have fucking centers, and I know Embiid scored a fuck ton because I made money off of it with his MVP.
2023,
Take him
Joel
off the board?
Embiid.
What was that, Chris?
2023, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, 23.
In my board, which I crossed him off of right now, I also had Joel Embiid 2023.
Okay. I'm very confident in this one because, again, I won money on him winning
Not
the MVP.
even 2022, not 2024.
No, I knew the exact
2023.
fucking year.
Joel Embiid only played 66 games last year. But in them, he did score 2,183 points. That's a career high. He
Yep.
did have 2,079 the season before that. The rest are not that good. He has a 1,700 season, and the rest are all sub
Like,
15.
I know he played well enough, so I'll take it.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a solid pick. It's a 2, like we said. 2s are good. Things starting with 1 are good.
I'm mostly attempting to because I know enough of the centers that are out there. I want to force them into the player and then finding that fucking year that are good. Again, there's somebody there you should still take. But,
Well, so I'm gonna go.
yeah, go ahead. Obviously, go
And
ahead.
since I'm apparently trying to be fucking phased out of centers,
Yeah, you better grab one.
trying to play defense.
I'm gonna
on
grab
the
another one on the
centers.
next pick if you don't.
So I gotta go Shaq as my number 1 here,
Okay.
even though I don't know, it's not my favorite, but I gotta have a center. Now you probably have seen. I can share this with you because like it doesn't really like matter for strategy. I have another strategy that I'm not going to divulge yet. I am going to go with when did I know Shaq made the finals, right? And that was either 94 or 95, and I think it was 94. So he must have had a pretty good season. So I'm going to say 94.
Shaquille O'Neal only has a 4-year window with Orlando. He led the league in scoring in 95.
Damn it!
But he scored more in 1994. He
There
had
you go. See, you're
2,300.
fine. See, you're
and
fine. You got a
77
good
points.
number.
He outscored his 95 season when he led the league by like 60. So either one was fine. They were both good picks. So even though he didn't lead the league in 94, it's actually the better result. That is his career high in scoring. That even beats out the season with the Lakers. Well, he led the league twice, but one of them was the lockout year. So it even beats out his Laker year that we picked last time.
So I have another pick that I know for a random reason that I will share later because I think this player is going to be safe. I didn't say he, as though that could divulge a
Right.
hint.
That's fine.
Cheryl Miller?
I'm gonna go with Allen Iverson. Because all he did was score. That was the famous, like, yeah, if you shoot the ball 75 times in a game, you're going to score a lot of points. Now, Allen Iverson, this is tough. Because I know he was real good at the start of the 2000s. He made the finals in 2000, I think. And they played LA. And he stepped over, what's his face? The coach of the Clippers.
Ty Lue.
Yeah.
I remember that. I watched that game, and then they got swept after that.
They did. Back when I was a Laker fan, it was fun.
Yeah. I thought I remembered him still playing well and thinking maybe he could get back, and then he never did again. I'm gonna go 2001.
AI's career is a tricky one because
Don't say that. Don't do this to me.
he is sort of like beset by injuries off and on because he's so small, so frail. Obviously, a play style that people loved. His 2000 season, he's sub 2,000 points, 1989. He actually leads the league in scoring in 05.
Fuck.
But you've done pretty well for yourself still. In 2001,
good.
he has 2,207 points. That is the fourth highest of his career.
Literally the year I had on my list.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
not
the
good.
Nice.
year I had on my board too, and I'm mad at myself. I should just.
He also has 2,262 in 03, but you're not going to be too sad about a 2,200 either way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He also has a 1266 in 04 because he misses half the season. Like there's some landmines in there, but you're right. All he did was score the ball. As I'm looking at this, it's even more impressive that Cody managed to nail the only good season he had after 2006, and it happened to be with the West.
Oh, when I pulled the bullshit fucking Nuggets thing.
When you pulled him last time, you hit the only good season. He had like a 1,200 in Denver, and then nothing else that was good after the 20.
I cannot believe he was not good in Denver. My turn again.
Yes.
See, I know the stupid 2000-2001 season pretty well because, again, I was a Lakers fan and I cared about basketball a lot more than I do now. So I'm going to go with Tracy McGrady in 2001.
Oh, I
That's
forgot
a good
about him
one.
completely.
I almost completely forgot about him.
I think, again, I actually, there's dumb bullshit and there's the one thing I know is those like 3 seasons when the Lakers were really good and won titles. I know those seasons pretty well for who's flukishly good in
I
those
would have
years.
only remembered him on Houston.
That's fair.
And that, yeah.
Yep.
I'll put McGrady as a guard. We can move it later. You said which season again?
2001.
All right. Tracy McGrady in 2001
better be like at least 2,100.
Not his career high,
Fine. He has shit tons of points.
but it is his second highest of his career, and one of 3 times he eclipsed 2,000. It is 2,065 points.
Take it.
His best was the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8th, I think, best scoring season since the merger. He had 2,407 in 2003.
Oh.
But this is his second best, so there's nothing wrong with that pick.
That's fine.
Back to Dave.
I'm just gonna go with what I know and not risk like I fucking risked last time and checked.
Yep.
Can't wait to screw this up again. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you to screw up
I
too.
need a high 2000s, Dave. I'm just gonna say.
I'm
that.
telling you, I know the West. I know nothing about the East. It's crazy. I will take a little bit of a guess because again, I just don't know. Derrick Rose won MVP in 2010, I believe. Yeah,
I'm
11.
nodding because that's a good choice. Not that he won.
No,
MVP
it was not. It was not 2010. He won MVP.
I'm
I'm
terrified.
not nodding that he didn't win then
Yeah,
either.
I'm-
I don't know when he won.
Similar to the best, I'm fucking terrified of saying his fucking name.
Yeah.
I'm so scared
I
of
know.
certain players.
Yeah.
I know. I've got to take a little bit of a shot here. So he let's see, 11 was the strike, 12 was the strike season. 11 was LeBron. Oh, 2011 is my guess. 2011 is that was the year I believe is the 10-11 season. He won MVP. 2012 was the strike season. Derrick Rose 2011.
Here's what would have been my concern with Derrick Rose.
Injury. He
Well,
injured his knee in
certainly
the
injury, but like,
playoffs.
Was he a prolific scorer or was he like a point guard who could score but also like facilitated? That would have been a hesitation. That's why I said Allen Iverson, because he didn't pass, he didn't rebound, he didn't do anything.
2011 is Derrick Rose's MVP season, not 10. So you've sidestepped that well. He scored 2,026 points.
Oh.
That is his
All right,
career
take it.
high. This is only time over 1620.
Oh. Wow.
Whoa.
You dodged a few different landmines then.
I had a feeling he won MVP and like he burned bright and then flamed out.
Mhm.
So
It's sort of like maybe one of the biggest what ifs. You can talk about a few others.
Yeah.
Walton's one of them, Len Bias, whatever. But he only plays more than 51 games in a season twice for the rest of his career after that season, which goes on for
It's so
another
sad.
13 years. And yeah, anything after
All
that,
right,
he has a
ouch.
couple other 1,000 point seasons, and then everything else is like he's like a bench guy with some. He's coming back. He was never coming back. But it does
Okay.
save you. That's another 2001, so that's good. And you have another pick.
Man, I am gonna fail so hard on this. Okay. I will go next with another good season of Dwayne Wade 2006. It was the
He's
05 season that Shaq was potentially their MVP.
he's now forced me to take
So-
another center before he comes back around now. I'm gonna fucking do
know.
this and just try and ruin his life.
That'd be mean of you.
Literally, what is he going to do, actually?
I have one name left that I will pull
right.
at center.
Get him, Cody.
I have one more.
Get him.
I have one more in my head of center. So
Well, I guess we'll find out when it comes all the way back to you.
That's right.
In
Dwayne Wade,
15
obviously,
minutes.
very good,
Dwayne Wade.
especially towards the start of his career. Towards the back end, he kind of became more of a role player star. It was weird. 06, correct?
Oh, fair.
yes.
2006 is the third highest scoring season of his career. He has 2,040 points. His career high is 2,386 in 2009, but
Oh,
That's two.
So only
very
being up by
solid.
70 points. Only being up by 70 points on Sean, despite having one extra player, is bad right now.
it's not great, yeah.
I mean I'm down 700. I got the same amount, so I'm not doing great either.
Well, this is your chance to take the lead for a pick.
Do it. Block him out. Play defense.
I'll
Bottleneck him.
But I pick, then you pick twice. I don't give a fuck if you draft another center. I just don't want him to have him.
No,
so
I'm saying bottleneck him.
Yeah,
but
but he
if
can,
I pick,
Yeah.
and then you're going to pick twice, and then I pick again. I don't have to pick the center here.
I'm sure.
I can pick it after you've gone. I would rather pick one of the players that I, again, know scored a bunch from literally last season
That seems to make sense.
because I know more recently. There's one or two. I'm gonna go with Giannis last year in 24.
It was on my board, but I had him the year before.
I'm going 24.
It was only a matter of time, right? Like, we knew he was going to get taken eventually.
Yeah.
So Giannis last year, correct? So 24?
Yep.
Or 23? What is last year?
He's 24.
24.
I am
which-
23.
Last year's 24.
yeah, which I had forgotten what last season was, so I had Joel Embiid as the wrong year. But we
Well,
said
no,
the
but
right
I
one.
picked Embiid in 23.
He
Oh,
did
yeah,
pick
that's
Embiid
right.
in
My bad.
23.
Yeah, I didn't pick him from last season.
Okay. All right, so Giannis, and now I get to do this. Yeah, but he's not going to fit. I think I measured this box for his name, so let me just double check that's going to fit. But I think so. That one is in 24, correct? It kind of pops out, but
24,
whatever.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. 2024, Giannis Antetokounmpo has a career high in scoring with 2,222.
Oh, wow.
I knew it was his fucking career high.
He has only two other over 2,000, and they're barely over 2,000 each time. That's in 2022 and 2018.
I'm proud of that.
I'm getting a little bit nervous here.
Why?
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 more. Okay, because I have certain names written on my board, and if all the names are gone, I am pretty fucked on like names that I'm thinking of. I haven't added to it very much. So if you guys pick all the choices and Giannis is one of them, I'm going to be in trouble.
That's my plan.
But we're okay so far.
That's
So,
my plan.
let's go. This is, I think it's kind of risky, but it might not be super risky. Thanks to The Last Dance. I think I have two. And I'm going to go with an oldie and a newie, as we like to call them. So let's go with Mr. Larry Bird. And this is another one. I'm surprised he hasn't gone yet, although you guys might be afraid of the same thing I'm afraid of.
I have no recollection of what years he scored a lot of points in. I didn't even put him on my board because I didn't want to fucking fuck it up.
Man, I didn't even think of him. I'm out of my game, man.
He's out of his game. Dave is fucking
Dave's
up.
fucked.
Yeah.
I'm part of the reason I'm taking Larry Bird, and I'm pulling a Dave right now because it turns out I didn't need to. Is I thought Dave was gonna take Larry Bird. Like, it was only a matter of time. So, but
I would have thought of him eventually.
with that said, I don't really know as far as like what year he scored. I just know when he played.
Well, that is how you score.
That you have to play to score.
score.
That's right.
That is what I've heard.
Unfortunately, Vince Carter only played a half a season
Yeah.
and then scored
No,
less.
the entire league played a half a season. That's the problem.
But Vince Carter is who you picked.
Yeah.
But he was
I also
healthy
do
for that.
now know, thanks to you, did not pick anyone from 1999.
Yeah.
Again.
So I'm gonna say, I think it was tailing off around like the later 80s. But he was there. He was like present around Jordan. Like, we know that, right? Because they played in The Last Dance. So I'm gonna do this because it's so close. I'm gonna go with my birth year. I'm gonna say 86.
That's probably the best guess. 84, 86
You're
would be
lying
my
to me.
guess.
You're just
No,
being nice.
84, 86 would have been my guess.
In
That's very
1986,
That's
Larry
very kind of
Bird
you.
led the league in triple doubles with
Oh.
10.
Mm.
Well, that means he passed too much.
That could be good.
He
Fun
passed too
fact.
much.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be bad.
It was also his third highest scoring season. He had 2,115 points.
Okay.
Anything from 85 to 88 was all 2,000 plus. His career high was 2,295 in 1985.
Ooh.
Okay.
He had every
Anyone-
season from his rookie season on was at least mid 1700s until he only played 6 games in 89. What's weird about Larry, and I think this is just a byproduct of when we were born, not Cody, but is like we think of him as this like injury riddled mess. He didn't really miss a lot of time.
Really?
That one season, and we played like half the season in his last season in 92. He retired at the age of 35, which wasn't that old then. Like, I guess that's about when people were done then. So like I think of him, that this is me, maybe you guys don't, but I think of him as like injury guy. Like, oh, he didn't play that much. It's like
I don't even know enough about him to say that.
yeah, he except for that one season, he was pretty consistent. He played 74 games or more every year of the 80s, except the one he played 6 when he got fucked up. So
I feel incredibly ignorant for honestly thinking he was just banged up off and on in the back end of his career there. I
Yeah,
just
but-
absolutely
Yeah.
thought he did not play very much from like 90 on.
Played only 60 games in 91, 45 in 92, so it definitely took a toll towards the end, but like he had a whole decade of just being really, really good, which is why some people have him in their top 10.
So I have some names. So I have one name that I think could be good, but I really am not sure of the year. I have another few names that I think are good that I don't think you guys will say. So I'm going to go with the low-hanging fruit on the newie and say Tatum. And I'm going to say 23.
That's a good
did
one.
have Tatum on my list, and I did have him for somewhere between 22 and 23.
I think we're going to have some more current players on this list just because of our unfamiliarity, but I also think there's enough like old names on here that I don't really feel like put out by it, you know? Like there's going to be a blend. Young Jason Tatum
I think this is good.
led the league in scoring in
Yeah,
2023.
I
He
knew
had
that. I did not know that.
2,225 points.
Man.
That's the highest of his
Oh,
career
thank
as
you.
well. He had more than 2,000 in 2022 and almost 2,000 last year.
I'm not going to explain the thing that I haven't explained yet, but I will. And it's going to be very obvious. Okay, go ahead.
I am this is bad where your 5th pick had almost as many points as my first pick.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Well,
He's doing very well.
But Cody's not
Yeah.
that much behind him. The Jordan thing is the separation, but he could have gone first. So,
I could've.
now we're back to
Um,
him.
What did you
Alright.
say Tatum was in 22?
2,046.
Oh, okay, I would be fine. So thanks to Sean deciding to go and pick old people, I'm going to also pick an old person because he popped back into my brain now, and I'm going to go with Dominique Wilkins.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bill Walton.
Ooh, good call.
And I don't know his career super well, but I do know from like 84, 85 into almost the 90s, there's got to be a good fucking number in
See,
there.
Wilkins was not in The Last Dance, so I have no fucking clue.
He is in the
Sean's
Eastern Conference,
entirety
right? He's on the
knowledge
Hawks,
is the
right?
last dance.
He is on the
Yes.
Hawks for most of his career.
Okay,
The
I'm just
end-
making
the-
sure I didn't fuck
the
that part
end,
of it
like
up.
a
When
lot
you
of
typed his
like
name out,
like a
so-
lot of mid 90s and early 2000s superstars, the end gets really team bouncy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he is a Hawk for most of his career.
So let's middle it with what I said from 84. Let's go 87. Let's just go and try and middle where that's at.
I like it because
Also, I know Jordan
it's
scored
right
a fuck ton
around,
then.
Bird at 80. Same.
It's the same principle.
Same idea,
Yeah.
of why I did Bird in 86.
Dominique Wilkins kind of slept on in the annals of NBA history.
He's
I feel.
really fucking good.
He scored 2,000 points from every season between 1985 and 1991. So that's good news for you.
I didn't know that. I knew close to that. Okay.
This is the third highest of his career. It's 2,294 points.
Damn, nice.
His career high was 2397 the following season. He had 2366 the season before, but that was the third highest.
All right, I'll take it. Those are all pretty close together. I'm not losing a ton.
No. All right, Dave, this is make or break point, I think. Back-to-back picks.
I had
Stay
to
in it.
abandon my plan for another center because he popped into my
'Cause
head.
the two of them are doing real well, and you, distracted by your children and your lack of knowledge, are
You
failing.
better do a center, Dave. You're going to get blocked out, and that's
Hey,
a
Dave,
0.
Dave, go ask Bo.
That's a 0.
Did Bo Jackson play basketball? He played a lot of sports.
I saw Bo
Bo
floating
Jackson,
around back there.
Yeah. You've probably seen a lot of things floating around back here, man. It's been a nightmare for me. This is why I'm losing. I'm going to blame it on that.
Okay. I like
Okay.
I like
For
it.
real, I need a center. You're right. I need a center. I have one center in mind. He was near MVP, or might have won the MVP this year. I can't remember. The 4-out offense of Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic in 2009.
Thought about it.
I had 08 as the year I was going to go with on that.
They made the finals in 09, and sometimes that is a good thing. Sometimes it's
They were
not.
too
let-
good
let
because
me
what's
explain.
his face at point guard?
Richard. Yeah.
Here's my concern with Dwight Howard, which, considering you needed to get a center, and this is going to be better than nothing.
I don't even know if it's 2000.
I don't know if it's. I'm concerned that what do we know about Dwight Howard? Prolific rebounder, pretty good at
Rebound.
defense. No offensive bag. Just
No.
dunked it.
There's 2 or 3
Dunked.
years in there. Again, the Lakers ended up playing them in the finals right around this time.
Mhm.
There's 2 or 3 years in there where he is close to 2000. I know for sure, but I don't actually know if he ever broke 2000. I was just going to do it to, again, block Dave from having a center at all.
In 2009, correct, Dave?
Yes.
Dwight Howard did score 20 a game 4 times in his career, but all of them were just barely. So in 2009, he has 1,624 points.
Oh, wow. It was lower than I
That
thought.
His
is
career high is 1,784 in 2011. He has
Wow.
2 other times he breaks 1,600, and that's about it. One of them was 08.
Okay, so I thought it would be like 18 or 19. Wow, I was way fucking wrong.
Just didn't add up points well enough. Maybe if he could have shot free throws, he could have broken through that 25-ish point range.
That's a really good thing I didn't mention is the amount of free throws he shot and then the amount
He was terrible.
he missed.
Yeah. So not a bad
Alright.
pick, but maybe not what you needed.
No, it's not great, but it's this is my weak point here. Let's go with my next pick. A fun pick for me. Just I don't know what else to do, and let's just start taking names. Charles Barkley, 1992. It's right before he got traded to the Suns. He was top of the world. Charles Barkley,
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia 76ers.
Was he traded mid-season, Dave?
No, it was over the
Okay.
summer.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so it's relatively safe.
I'm just
Trying
trying to
to-
protect you. Before you locked
Dave,
it in.
are you fucked right now?
Charles Barkley in 92 is his last season in Philly. It is also his third least scoring season in
Oh,
Philly.
jeez.
He has 1,730 points. He had
Wow.
2 2000 seasons in 88 and 89 and 1989 in 1990, to be as confusing as possible.
I really, really thought he was on the upswing, and that's why it was such a big deal when the Suns got him. But
I mean, he had 23 a game and 11 rebounds and 4 assists, and but it was also a different time, because
Yep.
23 a game was probably like top 10 or 15 tops in scoring, and now there's like 50 dudes scoring 23 a game.
I'm
so.
just gonna ride my Jordan pick because your 2 picks here equal Jordan.
Yes.
Give or take.
Really, if you would have decided to not
3,000,
take
he'd be 300
the first
off.
pick, I would have had the 3,000 year, and so it would be a whole different game right now.
Yeah.
So well done.
All right, back to Cody.
I'm
centers you
really
want?
just trying to think of names that Sean has on his list to fuck him over now as much as possible.
I don't know if there's enough here.
And I don't really. And this one's just again, I'm going to take the easy way out because again, I know he scored a lot last year, and that's Jalen Brunson, 2024.
Oh.
I'm just going to go with the shit I fucking know. I know he scored a bunch last year. It's probably right around. Maybe it's like right behind Giannis, but I know it's up there. Please be 2,000.
I can fill in this top spot now. So Jalen Brunson last year at 24
You
has a
needed dollar.
career high in scoring, 2,212
Fuck
points.
yeah.
He has no other points above 1633. That was the season before.
And that is only just because I watched enough basketball last year to know. Because he averaged
is-
like 28, right?
Which is why, look, this is some Devin Booker bias showing, but I'm like, when you have him above Booker and some other players like Donovan Mitchell on rankings, I'm like, all right, guys, let's calm down a little bit. One very good season, and the most recent one, so he clearly took a step. But maybe show me that for 2 or 3 years without getting hurt. I
Fair.
don't know.
That's fair.
No hatred. I'm glad he's shown himself because it's another example of a guard undersized and hurt too much that Dallas gave up on. Steve Nash.
I don't know if I can catch Sean. If he keeps getting like
gonna be
2,000s,
tough.
I don't know if I can
You
get
have
there.
all 6 2,000 points, so if Sean does falter, it'll open the door, but he's going to have to make a mistake.
And what I have left now is tricky. So I got to go with this guy because he is going to be said. I think. I don't know. Dave is, who knows where Dave's at, but
I'm all over the place.
but
don't
I
worry
don't
about
fucking the year is going to be really scary, and I think I'm going to default for a couple different reasons to one of the years that's been repeated here a couple times already. The other one, I think I go with him now. He's been my ace in the hole. Okay, so first one, I'm going to go Paul Pierce, Boston Celtics. Used to be really good, and he shit himself, and I feel like that destroyed his career.
He did shit himself.
it. Literally.
So, now the year. What I said was I'm feeling like it was older, back in the heyday, back before Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett were taking all his points. And I'm seeing the other year repeated here, Tracy McGrady and Allen Iverson, and I feel like he was... I'm going to say 2001, because I don't really want to go earlier, because that gets into weird territory, as we know.
Is that the year he got stabbed?
But don't tell me that.
Please tell me it's the year he got stabbed.
You get a mulligan if so.
I know. I just really want Sean to have pulled the year he got stabbed.
A
'cause
stabbing mulligan?
I didn't know he got stabbed. I just know he pooped his pants.
He got stabbed. In the early
Did he
2000s,
get stabbed because he
stabbed.
pooped his pants? Did
No,
he poop his pants because he got stabbed?
he pooped his pants later. Maybe he saw the man who stabbed him in the crowd. I don't
I
know.
like the idea of someone pooping their pants because they got stabbed.
Ah, oops.
Ooh!
To be fair, that's a
I mean,
reasonable
again,
reaction.
I'm not making this up. I know he got stabbed.
Paul Pierce got stabbed in 2000
Fuck.
Oh,
And
thank God.
and still played 73 games that season.
Oh, okay.
Because players were tougher back then.
Yeah.
He plays all 82 games in 2001.
Damn it.
He leads the league in scoring in 2002,
Oh.
but it is his third highest of his career. It's 2,071 points.
Okay.
Fuck you. God damn
All
it.
right.
2002,
Fuck
he had
off.
2144. 2003, he had 2048. In 2006, he had 2116.
Now, for this one, this is it's not cheating, but it's the only one that I have a pretty good idea about because they fucking traded. Oh no, I don't know what year. I remember.
Please fuck up.
Oh fuck.
Please fuck up. I mean, I need you to fuck up twice because you have a mulligan to fuck up on, so.
I have a strategy. I'm gonna stick with it. So I'm gonna say Julius Randle is my pick, and the reason I'm saying Randle is because I looked up why the fuck would Minnesota trade for Julius Randle? This guy is busted.
Did you Google that word for word?
No, and this was.
Did
this
you ask
was-
Google Gemini, why the fuck did they trade for Julius Randle? And
No,
the Google
no.
Gemini was like, because in this year he scored this much. Sean's fucking writing
No,
it
no,
down
no.
right there.
I didn't know. I just knew that his averages were really high, and
Yeah.
I was very surprised. I was like, oh,
This is an AI assisted pick.
I guess he's not terrible. But this was months ago, or I guess not months ago, weeks ago, and I don't remember what year. But I'm going to stick with my strategy, and I'm going to say 2023 because everything's 2023.
2023, Julius Randle.
I'm going to be mad. It's 2024.
I'm pulling. I'm probably doing it too early because you guys are going to pick him, but I'm pulling the one weird one I know for a fact it's amazing in my next pick now. I'm too scared that someone's going to fucking say it.
That is one of his all-star seasons. That is his career high in scoring.
God damn it.
It is 1,936 points.
Okay,
Yes!
That's fun. That's great.
That's his career high. He has only over 1,500 two other times, one of which was with the Pelicans, which is a season I often forget about.
That's great.
So, Sean, I really need your next pick to be exactly at 1,000, so you don't eclipse my previous total. That's all I really care about at this point.
All right. Well,
Or he
we'll
could-
see
he-
if it gets back. I mean, well, it's going to get back to me.
We'll
But if I
see if
have
it gets
anyone left
back
on
to
the
me.
board or not,
He could hit a double goose egg, like
Yeah.
blow the mulligan and then hit another one wrong.
I think I have enough.
Hey, do Bill Walton in 1980.
Yeah, I have enough weird ones. I have one more weird one that I'm very scared about in my back pocket that I don't think anybody's going to go with. So.
I'm pulling a weird one right
Here-
now.
All right. Well, let's
Here's
hear
the
it.
fun thing for me. Here's the fun thing for me, as I have no idea, so I'm just gonna start
You
shooting.
can say
in the dark.
whatever.
This will be great.
I am in desperation mode because Sean won't fuck up and let me catch up. So knowing I have my mulligan, I can fix this if I fuck it up. I know for a fact in 2001, Jerry Stackhouse had the greatest season of his fucking life. And I'm pretty sure this number is a decent fucking number. Again,
You
because-
said weird. I
because I get it's 01. That's what I'm saying. McGrady, Iverson, I would have gone with all these.
I did
and
not
so
know Jerry Stackhouse played not
he-
on Dallas.
he was on the Pistons, and the Pistons were fucking trash. And he was the only player that could fucking score on this team.
It's funny you said Pistons. I was like, if I had to guess, I would have guessed the Pistons.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
So
but
I sat on this one because I didn't think anyone would actually pull this. And then
you're right.
I started getting nervous. Dave might, but
Nope. My knowledge of 2000, 2001 NBA is zero.
It-
I never watched the NBA.
again,
at that
this
time
is
of
just
year.
hilarious that I have the reverse knowledge of you guys because again, I watched
Yeah.
basketball nonstop from '99 to
I
like
was-
03.
All right, Stackhouse.
I was
90s.
in high school on the basketball. I was in high school on the basketball team at the time, so like that was my focus.
01.
Jerry Stackhouse had a long career in the NBA, right?
Yes,
I,
he did.
I
Like
apparently
16 seasons.
I thought he was on Dallas for a couple
he's
of years.
gonna fuck with me and stress me out, and I'm gonna prep
He's on
my
Dallas for a long
mulligan
time.
pick.
He only scored over 1,000 points 6 times in his career.
Mhm.
He only scored over 1,900 points once in his career. It was in 2001. He scored 2,380
That's
points.
fucking right.
Jesus Christ.
So I will point out
I
that
did
with
not know it
one
was gonna
pick
be
left,
that high.
with one pick left, Cody is 1 point behind Sean.
Behind. Wow.
So we'll let that linger while Dave makes his final 2 picks, and then we'll come
So
back
are
to the
there
2 of them to see how this
two,
goes.
Are there 2 Michael Jordan level seasons here? Because I'll still lose even with 2 3,000 point picks.
Let me look here at the all-time list and just see if this is even possible for you while you vamp here a
it's
little
I
bit.
watched so much basketball in 01 with Stuart Scott on SportsCenter and shit
It's-
like this. This is just
That's
I have
crazy to me, Cody.
what?
I know nothing. Like, it's so crazy how I know absolutely nothing about that season. Like, you mentioned Tracy McGrady. I'm like, oh yeah, he was
See,
a basketball.
this is-
I honestly don't even think of his
This is
career.
why I went against Vince in 01 and Iverson in 01 and McGrady in 01. I just know all the Eastern dudes who were on mediocre ass teams who fucking scored because I watched SportsCenter non-stop. And so I know I
So
remember Jerry Stackhouse.
I am so mad at myself for thinking Vince Carter was drafted in '96. For some reason, that's what I thought.
It's not my turn, right?
No, it's
Double
Dave
check.
back to
I
back.
just want to make
Dave,
sure.
Dave would have to hit 2 very specific seasons to tie the 2 of you, and you both still have a pick left. So
So here, I'm just gonna have fun with these. One, I'm gonna go Reggie Miller.
All
And
right.
the year that I'm going to pick with his scoring, because he was a prolific 3-point shooter, even before 3-point shooting was really a big deal, but one of the most prolific.
Not on your list, Sean?
I believe the 95 season is the one I'm going to go with. 3-point line had moved in that year, 94-95 season. I believe it moved in, and he was quite good on those Pacers teams.
Yeah, and to be clear, not that I forgot, like, oh, I didn't know he existed, but like he falls in the same things like Curry, where it's like I know they shoot really, really well, but like, does that translate to a lot of points in the season? And then that's where maybe it does. I would be nervous with Reggie Miller.
I had him down on my list just in case everyone else got popped off of my
Yeah.
weird guys. I don't know if I was going to say him.
that's 95 you had, Dave?
95 is what I picked.
I'll just break the news to you softly. He only has 1 2,000-point scoring season in his career. It's his first All-Star year in 1990. He is an All-Star in 95, but it's only 1,588 points.
That's not bad
Man.
though. That's not bad.
It's not good.
Well,
All right,
maybe
now
not
for
what you
my-
needed, but
No, well, it didn't matter because, like you said, I'd only tie if I got the 2 perfect years, and that ain't gonna happen. Cool. So now my really off the wall pick, because I don't give a fuck anymore. I think this is my fun one that I wrote down. I think Bernard King was a scorer in the 80s. I've heard about him. I have honestly never watched him play. I know he was a fun scorer in the 80s. He played for the Knicks. People freaked out about him back then. I'm gonna go 1984 Bernard King.
cool. No idea.
Nope, it's just this is my
Didn't
fun
know he
pick.
was a
This is
player.
my shot in the dark. Pick.
Not saying like I don't know if he scored a lot. I don't know a Bernard King.
I feel like I recognize his name from the all-time team in 2K. I think. Maybe.
I like that Chris has to look this up because he didn't expect it. This is great.
You went off the board.
I did. Again, this is my fun
There
picks. I
are
don't care
no
anything.
highlights available for the broadcast to show during this draft as you picked.
See,
him right
and
now.
the thing is, I would be willing at this point to give Dave another mulligan, but then I would be nervous he would take something off my board.
Yes.
That's where it's scary.
And here's the fun part too: is that this is the Taco Bell commercial in which is getting drafted on, like Jokic was.
yeah.
Bernard
All right.
King only plays 6 games in 1987.
Oh, okay.
He does not play at all in 1986. In 1985, he's an all-star, even though he only plays 55 games. 1984 is actually not that bad at all. It's his career high in scoring. It's 2,027 points.
That's really good.
I knew I had that in-
How the fuck did you do that?
That's really good.
I knew early '80s he was like a force.
Yeah, except for his one season in Utah, which I would never have remembered gun to my head. In 1980, where he only played 19 games, he has 1,700 points or more the first 9 years of his career. So he was good.
I can't accuse Dave of cheating because he took Vince Carter in 1989. So
Well, to be
So
fair,
if I would have done Vince Carter in 01, I wouldn't win, but I'd be a lot more respectable.
he took Vince Carter in 1998.
That's even worse.
Anyways, go ahead,
that's
Cody.
correct. All right, Cody.
Third place. Woo!
I have,
You can't knock me off the board. At least
yeah.
I have at least 2 names here.
I don't know if I can beat you here. I can't beat you in all time because I'm not going to get you 500 points on you from the other total.
But you can win the East one if you do well enough here.
I know. That's what I really want to do.
We could have Dave win the West, Cody win the East, and Sean win overall, which would be kind of funny.
Sean, just tank this so we can say that we all have equal knowledge.
Well,
It's
I
not
have a
fun.
risky pick, and I think a relatively safe pick, but I don't know how.
Again, you have a mulligan, so you can say, and I'm going to play on
No,
that right
that's true.
now. So I have 3 weird names, and I don't know which weird name to go with. So I'm going to go with the, in my opinion, ball hoggiest name of them. And again, it's on the fringe of me not being able to watch, or kind of paying attention and watching. But also, I remember this player very well because he's had some incidents. We'll go with Gilbert Arenas.
Oh,
I wondered if he would come
I've
up.
forgotten all about that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
See, I just know these fringe-ish kind of good players, I guess.
Well, this is a worse version of Jerry Stackhouse because there's a very tight window here.
I know.
Would,
But
okay.
I'm risking it because I have a fallback one, so if I don't hit this mulligan, it'll be fine.
I'm gonna tell you what year I would go. I have a year I would guess.
I'm gonna go with 06.
I would have gone 07 only because I thought that was the year when the Suns went on that really big winning streak, and I feel like all we needed to do was beat fucking Gilbert Arenas, and it was the last game that we needed, and then we lost in like double or triple overtime or something crazy.
I think we had
Double overtime. Yeah.
didn't we have like travel issues before that game too or something?
Yes,
Probably.
we flew back from Denver and there was snow. We got to the game we literally got landed in Phoenix like an hour before the game started.
Well, and it was like beating every East team or something. That was what the record was. It was some like weird thing.
Yes.
And
Well, we beat every team on the road in the East that season, but except one. But that was a home game, so who knows?
Gilbert Arenas in 2006 leads the league in turnovers.
That's good.
That's the bold thing in his row here. Also leads the league in minutes played and has a career high in scoring with 2,346 points.
Nice. That's a hell of a last pick, man. Your last two picks were solid.
He has
I
three-
sat on these the whole fucking time.
3 straight All-Star seasons and 3 straight 2,000-point seasons in 05, 06, 07. Everything else is pretty much garbage.
Yeah, I was like, I know, because the thing is, for me, that's my high school time. Like, literally 05, 06, 07 is my sophomore, junior, and senior years of high school, or freshman, whatever. So, like, again, of guys I'm going to pay attention to, if you're, like, casually watching the league, you just know who scores. And that was what I default to do. There's actually, funny enough, one other guy I have from a year right around there that was another option.
We can check him afterwards, too. But
I'll run my last two.
We come back to Sean. Sean needs 23-45 to tie
no way.
because he was only one ahead. But anything that's like, I don't know, 1,800 plus will be enough to secure the overall win.
That is the best. I hope you get 1,800 because I win West, Cody wins East, Sean wins overall, which is just mwah.
I think I gotta go with the safe pick. And to me, I'm gonna break my strategy and I'm gonna say Tyrese Maxey 2024. Now, so my strategy is just a couple old guys and then everything 2023, 2024. That's it. That's because we score so much is my hope nowadays.
I mean, that's where I did with a
So,
handful of those guys.
Even
in the
someone
same
who's
round.
not that good, like Tyrese Maxey, I think he's fine. He's kind of like he's a bit of a stud, but whatever. But like we just score so much now in today's NBA that I'm hoping it's not going to be 2300.
I know I've won the East with this pick now. That makes me feel good.
but it's going to be safe. He's not going to be like, oh, I scored 500 points.
I'm doing math. Tyrese Maxey in 2024. I don't really need to play it up much because he's had a short career to this point. It's a career high in scoring. He was an all-star, an injury replacement, if I remember correctly. He scores 1,816 points.
Damn.
Which means that Sean wins the overall by like 15
God
or 20
fucking
points. I
damn
could
it.
run the math to see exactly what it is, but he beat Cody by 512 the first time. So no, Cody wins the overall because he's 529 ahead. He wins the overall by 17 points. I'll run the calculator to make sure, but
What was
Yes.
Give me Isaiah Thomas. Cody did research.
No,
by
I
the
did
way.
not.
Cody did research.
Look at this. This is
Jerry
24.
Stackhouse and Gilbert Arenas career highs in 01 and 06.
I
back
know
to back.
these things. I know these things.
Cody
I'm
won
telling
by
you
15
explicitly
points.
why I know them.
What was Chris? Isaiah Thomas 2016.
It's your fault for giving me Dominic Wilkins. I actually have. I'll see if one of the other replacements I was going to guess was going to be there, but you helped me get Dominic Wilkins. Never mind the fact that I middled Gilbert Arenas. I just assumed from
Jerry
that stretch.
Stackhouse is gonna be the name that I'm like.
I'm telling you, it's again 01. That's the year the Lakers won the title. I watched endless basketball. If it's so crazy, I loved Kobe Bryant in that year.
Isaiah Thomas in 2016 will help you sleep at night, I guess, because he scored 1,823 points, which was also not enough.
Okay.
So he would have lost by 8 points.
Okay.
He had 2199 and 17. That was his all-pro crazy bid, and then he fell off a cliff because he got hurt.
I have my one other random throw-in one that I would have used.
Sure.
So, well, one of them is, I believe when Gilbert Arenas was scoring a shit ton in 06, it was also one of the fluke years of Michael Redd scoring a bunch. That was really risky because he was hurt all the time, but I believe they were both fucking scoring a shit ton in that crappy year.
Which year?
06. Just like Gilbert.
06, Michael Redd was a career high. He had 2,028. His second highest was only 1,700.
See, I know that because it's the same. I'm just piecing years together as agitated as Sean is. And the other hilarious throwout one is because I believe it's right before everything, and I think everyone forgot that Kemba Walker scored a fuck ton of points the year right before the shutdown year. So that's, what, 19 by default?
2018, I think is what it
18?
was. 18
I might have
or
been wrong because
19.
I thought it was the year 18-19 right before we have the fucked up
Yeah,
season.
it probably is 19.
But I thought it was 19.
2019, Kemba Walker has a career high of 2,102 points.
Yeah.
The second best was 2017 with 1,830.
So you've now said 4
I slumdog
people
this.
with career highs.
Why would I keep if I cheated? Also, why would I keep rambling things off to drive this?
I
home?
don't know.
How much you cheated?
Why does the guy who steals from an AU keep stealing? That's a.
How about
Go ahead.
so
Sid.
my other shots in the dark were Julius Erving 82 and Trae Young 19.
I hadn't even thought
That's
about
right.
Trae Young.
I thought about Trae Young, but
I wondered if he was going to come up. He keeps getting hurt, though.
Yeah,
Julius Erving, which year?
82.
If I fucking researched, I would have taken Michael Jordan in the correct year. He just gotten 3,000 points right off the bat.
What the fuck is NYA? That's the last ABA season. It doesn't matter. He had 2462 in his final ABA season. He had 2,200 plus in all of his ABA seasons, but they don't count. In what year again? Sorry,
82.
82.
Julius
He has
Erving.
1974. He has 2 other 2,000 plus, barely the 2 years before that.
81 and 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to go a center, and I wanted to say Kareem, but I'm almost positive that he was on the Lakers by the time our cutoff was.
Trae Young in 19 is his rookie season, 1549. He has a 2155 season in 22, but that was also the only time he's played more than 73 games.
What is Kareem? What is Kareem in 19?
We should just go as close to the merger as possible.
We lost the draft in 69, right? And
I'll save you the
yes.
trouble. You can't take a Kareem season.
well,
for
I
the
know,
East.
because it's before
All the Milwaukee seasons are right before the merger.
Yeah, I know. But what is what? With that said, what was he in 1971?
2596. He has 2,822 points in 1972.
Oof. Well, that's like saying if I could shoot a 4-pointer, I could win. You know, it's just like, yeah, but that's not the rules.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you have a speech, Cody?
No.
You want to give?
I'm glad that high school me really, really, really loved basketball, and then Kobe Bryant killed my fandom.
Yeah, but you were in high school on the West, too. You didn't know anybody.
Because I only watched the Lakers.
Well, he did pull the Allen Iverson
I
season
pulled
out of his
Allen
ass.
Iverson out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And I also, well, I mean, to be fair, I had looked him up because it was what the fuck. I Googled it like you did for whoever it was you were talking about with Alex English.
Yeah, I was like, what's up with Julius
Also,
Randle? Why
and-
does anyone want Randall?
In
And
fact, I tried to actually lean
Judge
into the
Squirrel.
Lakers thing too hard because I tried to go with Powell. I was too into the Lakers in the Western, honestly.
Yeah.
And Powell's actually a big reason why I fucked up so bad in the West. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that bad.
You know, what I feel like I've learned from this entire experience is that in the past few years when the Suns got good, I don't care a bit about the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned Embiid and Brunson. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like,
well,
and this is when all the scoring
I don't
happened.
care about them
recently,
either.
so
I just know, what you hear and well,
it's
with
just
the
not-
narrative
it's like not even in
of
my head.
Embiid being like, I scored so many points. Why can't I win MVP? Bah. It's like, well, that's
Yeah, you now have several guys scoring 30 a game, and even if they don't play the full 82, which Embiid didn't, like 74 games of that production is going to be really good.
yeah. On my board, I had Giannis in 2023, which I think you said 24 is his career high.
Was 2,000 plus, I think, in 23, but not as high as 24. Well, an exciting
good.
finish.
Yeah.
I relied on recent years and the handful of years I understand.
Yeah.
And then again, I guess because Chris said whatever it was for Kemba's year, that Kemba would have been in instead of Wilkins until you said you went back to years, and I started trying to remember late 80s players, and I pulled Wilkins.
And
That's your fault.
You didn't actually do that well on Ewing. I think
No, I
what did I
didn't.
say it was like his 5th high or something, but Ewing was one of those really good picks because he has such a long stretch of there's no bad answers in there.
I mean, again, by giving up the first pick, it was deliberately because I wanted to go Ewing and then make sure I had 2 picks back and I wasn't stretched apart. I didn't like having back-to-back picks in the Western one. I like being able to stretch it all the way out and be in the middle. Which when Dave won, Dave was in the middle.
Yep.
Now, we probably will get rid of the mulligan rule next time, and we'll just talk about it. If you guys want to keep it, I'm not hell-bent on it, but because technically, if you want to talk about no mulligan, Sean would have won pretty easily.
Yeah, I should get some fucking bonus points for no mulligans.
I didn't use mulligan this time.
Yeah, but use it awesome.
I used a shit ton in the other one. Oh, I don't really deserve winning overall.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucked up over and over and over again in the West.
Give me 250 points. No, that wouldn't be enough.
Well, it'd be
I
enough
don't
to
know.
win. It'd be enough to win overall. You only need like 20 points to win overall.
Oh, yeah. Give me 30 points for not using.
Cash in your mulligan.
Yeah, I didn't use a single mulligan. That means something.
That's impressive.
Judges.
Damn, it came right down to the wire. It was cool when you guys were separated by 1 point. Made it for an exciting finish and still a good showing. There's just
Should
that
watch more
one,
basketball back
there's just
then,
one
Sean.
pick on the board that we can't help but look at, but that's all right.
I didn't use a mulligan. Actually, now that you said that, I won overall. We didn't figure out allocating points to the mulligans. That was where we erred.
Like docking the points for it. So
or
Dave-
docking. Either way.
So
yeah,
Dave
that
got a
would've been fine.
mulligan for Vince Carter, got 913, but he also needs to be docked additional points for using the mulligan to
Yeah,
get that
we'll just
pick.
say 50 points to use your mulligan. That's all.
That's easy.
That's all it would have
Hey,
taken.
See, Sean, you gotta just watch like ball hogs more.
Yeah.
You're trying to like think of actual good players. I don't know good players. I don't know who's good.
Yeah. Just 50 points
That's
per
my
mulligan. So Dave would have had 1499. Yeah. Next time.
Wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, we'll allocate points to mulligans. I will do that retroactively, regardless of what anybody says. But I'm just saying, for the future, we can also make it official.
Also, I'm gonna do terrible if we do rebounds or assists, and this is my moment in the sun. So
Yeah, we'll have to see what comes up next. Could be anything, really. There's all sorts of different directions we could take this, but hopefully you guys had a good time.
Yeah,
I
it's cool.
think it makes for fun content because, again, it's half about like just talking about your memories of players and stuff and trying to pick out the best year, more so than it is like trivia or a competition. We want it to matter. We don't want to be playing for nothing, but it's not like, oh my God, it's so cutthroat, Dave. Why did you pick that?
Well, but it's so funny because the nostalgia for me was not really here on this one, which was still entertaining. But it was like, what do I know about The Last Dance and like recent with like a random? I mean, I got lucky on Paul Pierce. Iverson.
no, but you didn't even pull one of Pierce's best season though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was a little bit lucky, but like it was either right now who's in the headlines or like, oh yeah, Larry Bird. I know him.
And you guys knocked out pretty much all the notable post-merger seasons in the top 100. There's a couple names like Moses Malone. I think still had one more 2,000-point season after he left Houston and went to Philly, which was post-merger.
Oh
like,
God.
There's a few in here that are old.
I got mad last in the Western one when I didn't try and go with George Gervin. That pissed me off retroactively because I just a name I know.
Yeah, he was up there quite a bit. But even some people like, I don't know, Elvin Hayes never had a 2,000-point season with the Washington Bullets. So it would have been an okay pick, but not one that really moved the needle like these did. I mean, Cody went 2,000 on all 8 picks. So, all right, that's it for this. We have 2 more weeks in November of some shows that we're not 100% sure on yet. We'll see what comes up there. December, we're redoing our top video game characters ever. That'll take up that month so that we can kind of record them in advance and then have some time for the holidays. And, of course, the first 2 episodes of January will be the best of 2024. So after the next 2 weeks, the next 6 weeks are all kind of like 7 weeks. There's 5 Thursdays in December. The next 7 weeks are all booked. So we have plenty of stuff coming down the pipeline. I hope you enjoy watching or listening. In between episodes, you can find us at our website, grayareas.live, or at grayareaslive on YouTube. YouTube.com/grayareaslive. Same thing. We'll see you next time.